pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a comer. This is awesome. What you know about rocking the wolf on your noggin? What you knowin' about wearing the fur fox skin? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Like your granddad was under the nap, glad button up shirt. Cause right now I'm surfing her skirt. I'm at the Goodwill, you can find me in the. I'm not stuck, I'm searching in the section. Your grandma, your auntie, your mama, your mammy. I'll put those flannel zebra jammies secondhand. I'll rock that. Whoa, the double onesie with the socks on them. Whoa, it's the party and they stop. Whoa, they be like, oh, that Gucci, that's I'm like, yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some simple edition. $50 for a t-shirt.
Maybe it'll work first try tonight.
Getting swindled and getting tricked by business. That's for hella dough. And that was the same one as 6 other people in this club is that hella dope.
I think so. It was there when I got here. I haven't gotten to it yet.
I'm gonna pop some tags. $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a comer. This is fucking awesome. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big coat.
The Pipeliners and the Clearwater Outlaws tonight here on the Ad Astra Sports Network on a picture-perfect evening for baseball here in McPherson. Got it? I wanted to ask you something.
I got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a comer. This is fucking awesome.
Hopefully I'm going to most all the road. I think you wanted me to live stream tomorrow's away game and Saturday's away game. In your days. So we're going to take a 10 and 7 for Saturday. Wellington's got a nice national mark down. I think Goddard does. I think it's Clearwater.
Why not recycle something? We let somebody else be born with it. We got to say
I know, we won't have the string. Yes, I probably would in an hour. I'll figure out what I'm going to do. If I don't know by the way, I'll text you tomorrow.
So I turn the other way and I carry on anyhow. So I'm telling you, I just want to celebrate. Yeah, yeah. Another day I'm living. Yeah, I just want to celebrate. Another day out. Let's have my hand on a dollar bill. Have a dollar bill flew away. But the sun is shining down on me and it's in the
So we're gonna get a beautiful night.
I just want to celebrate.
Once that last bit of rain skirted by us, and my wife went, we live around Little River, and she went to Hutchison, and she didn't even, she got to about the Sterling Road, the road that goes east into, or west into the college, and she said it was just dumping. And on the Nickerson in that area, she said it was just pouring rain. So, when Tyler Dunn comes back up, he'll let you know, I think, on that. He's actually going to check on that. Because that gentleman is sang, I think he sang both nights on opening weekend. That gentleman did, so that may be an old part. Or he may be coming back to sing again. He is, he's very good, especially on D-Day. Maybe he'll be here. Did you happen, my sister-in-law sent me a website last night. Did you happen to see those paratroopers that did a jump yesterday? They were 97, 95, and 94 years old. That was awesome. When they did that, I used to be a sports skydiver for 16 years. When they did the 50th anniversary, a fellow by the name of Warren Wilt, he lives in Abbeville. He was in I remember he's 82nd or 101st. We had a club in Lyons, and I got to be his jump master. So he could get recertified because he was going over there and he did a jump. He was 71 or 2 at the time. And that was an honor to have him. And he was more than, I know some of those guys it's hard to talk about, and he was more than willing to talk about the battles, and he was super. He's an awesome man. I will never forget those days to be able to do that with him. That was something. Yes.
You can get the biggest shoe there, like in the store if you want it. I gave him the drill, they said that I got a money. I bought a new paddock, I had to watch her some tone. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. It ain't the car, you just at least you the own. If I'm in the club, I wanna perform. And if they can't just came in and out,
Really?
they all on. I'm from Atlanta, what y'all?
Wow.
I know they hating on me, but I don't be fun. Whenever I tell her to come, she come. Whenever it's smoke, we ain't
I don't think they tell fibs from those days.
Off these ways, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, long been quiet, but as long as I keep saying, bad little fight. She been on my mind, as long as I keep back, she
All you need is a clear water lineup.
Is that no surprise? Every other night, another movie get ready. Just too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' come running down. Off these ways, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, long been quiet, but as long as I keep saying, bad little fight. She been on my mind, as long as I keep back, she in straight. Do this all the time, is that no surprise? Every other night, another movie get ready.
East of Derby, you say? Oh, that's it. Cookfield? Cookfield? Yeah, I'm familiar. That's where the Club and Lions ended up there. So I haven't jumped for quite a few years, but I still know some of the guys there. Well, I enjoyed every minute of it. It just, it got to be the odd thing out in my life at that time. So.
She been on my mind, she in shit. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' come out of town. Off this way, we going on the show. I've been on the road, long as I go, long as I get paid. Bad little fire, she been on my mind. As soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie getting made.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Nobody pray for me. It may not day for me. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances, finessing none of missing counterfeits, but now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant, listen like I'm counting this. You say with my food, they take my food, they could be doing this. Girl, like a white direction, girl with my shade stuff. I know that it's real, I'm sitting on my chase blood. I get way
Yeah.
you can let me see the extras. Pull up for your pocket, take me down, we playing Texas. AM to the PM, to the AM first. Eat up your routine, you just got to hate them.
I have to kind of lean forward. If something goes down the line, I'm kind of guessing if it's foul or fair until I see it.
Right show with a baby in the fire.
But I'm inside.
Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. You and I know. Sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down. Who that thinking that he riding on that man? Get the off my stage. I'm the same man. Get the off my that ain't right. I ain't make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your prop. Show me something natural. I want to feel some stretch marks. End up taking down right on your mama's couch and on no side. Hey, this is way too crazy. Hey, you do not amaze me. Hey, I blew through from AC. Hey, oh how much it pays me. Hey, I don't fabricate it. Hey, most of y'all be faking. Hey, I say modest about it. Hey, she is not for graded. Hey, this that great to find the AV on that dead shop. Hey, watch my soul speak. You let the meds talk. Hey, if I kill it, it won't be the alcohol. Hey, I'm the realest, alcohol. Tell her be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
They got a heck of a start from the game on Tuesday. On 6th.
Ready to go, ready to come from Colorado. But I've been Colorado. I've been married long time ago. Ready to come from, ready to go, ready to come from Colorado. But I've been Colorado. I've been married long time ago. Ready to come from, ready to go, ready to come from Colorado. But I've been Colorado. I've been married long time ago. Ready to come from, ready to go, ready to come from Colorado. Say so, though.
Testing. Testing.
Plain Jane, Jackie Jane, it's a business. You gon' be the one, bust it down, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, got diamonds in the face. Have a ticket from a rich field, so big. Corners in the face, you can see it. Just put my whole little arm in the fridge. 10 trays on, look at charm on the 10 demons out of cars, how we see it. Me and Chanel in the back, we going big. I mean, every game at Jason Kidd. Let's charge a whole damn bill for a gig. And I got a nitro for a pig. I'm I'ma make it spark when you see it. You can call them narcs, I'm good. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, you can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, got the diamonds in the face. West down my Swiss, watch them throw it on. I just joined the big league, love. Tell me what that little league wanna call. See my diamonds popping out, crazy. Body keep it dropping, money go. I got something to say to the pigs. Yeah, I just got an M for a gig. Yeah, I just got an M on my kids. Yeah, on the top where you can see it. Yeah, we be in Hugo, we going big. Yeah, a plain thing, get G-me. Yeah, diamonds in the face, crushed up, you can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, crushed up, I can see it. Diamonds in the face, yeah, diamonds in the face.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Pretty low. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Not a thing. Testing. Not a thing. Testing. Works. Testing.
How we doing? Matchup first names for this is kind of pain in the butt.
Yeah, I got it. But there you go.
Take a look around me, taking pages from a magazine. Been looking for the answers ever since we were 17. You know the truth can be a weapon, like word of ill intention. New answer to the same question. How many times will you learn the same lesson? Cause we're gonna be legends, gonna get their attention. What we're doing here ain't just scary, it's about to be legendary. We're gonna be legends, kicking on. You're just feeling it all so carry. It's about to be legendary. This is what we came for.
Got two different rosters, and I don't
Don't
think I got
want
any
it anymore. Never turn back now. Got to leave it all on the floor. Been dreaming of the payoff. The struggles and the trade-offs. Right in truth, they nail on the way up. Tell them the truth, but they think it's just made up.
Just this week.
Cause we're gonna be just scary. It's about to be legendary. We're gonna be it's about to be legendary. To make us stand, we got to win the fight. Just in the heat and just stay out of light. But you might never make it out of life. You gotta really
I think I wrote down 2 catchers.
Hey,
Andrews is first baseman.
Blue free had to come out of the little dog.
Andrews, first base.
50K, you can come and book in for a club walk. You can reach me.
That's kind of an art.
Facebook like ET. It's the plug trying to call me. I was up chopping early in the morning. On the wave like a durag. Call the boys, boo back. Go walk, Gucci on my shoe rack. Woke up in the house till I ran into the plug. Till I ran into the mud. I done ran into some, I done ran into your plug. Why the plug show me love? I done came up with a dub. Pick him up in his face, too. All in my blood walk. $50K, you can come and book in for a club walk. We gon' Bentley in some spaceship. Call me on my phone and say, I make money when I talk. I'm a boss, take a loss. I can introduce you to the club. Just ain't no Henny in my cup. Stay down, now the racks up. She gon' let me club. I still keys in the Louis V. 12, I'm a G, ain't no stopping me. And my wrist is on overseas. Rich, you can talk to me. I don't even understand how to put my blood on. Pick him up in his face, too. All in my blood.
Yeah, there's some other teams on in that league. There were 10 of them won. Nah, I put a full list of all the yeah, Pistol, everybody likes it. I
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life? It's three blind mice.
Where's the test system? Probably you should test your system.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to a Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network as the Pipeliners back at home on what is going to be a fantastic evening here in McPherson. The Storms have skirted by, no rain, the field in great shape, as it'll be the McPherson Pipeliners and the Clearwater Outlaws. Scott Hogan with you from Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box here in McPherson as the Pipeliners come in off of a very impressive 12-3 victory on a Tuesday against the Park City Rangers. And we got to start with the starting pitching on Tuesday. Carter Hahn went 6 1/3 innings of shutout ball, gave up just 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, and he walked just 4. Ray Lozano pitched 2 innings in relief, no runs on just 1 hit, as the Pipeliners got 4 in the 8th and 5 in the 9th to secure their 3rd win of the season and the 1st in conference play as they take on a Clearwater team who is also 3-2 coming into tonight's contest, as we are expecting an anthem here in a little bit. So we're going to hold off on the lineups. The Outlaws have played 3 games against Newton this year, dropping decisions 10-6 and 3-2 and winning 13-5. They've defeated Valley Center 10-6 and Park City 4-2 in KCLB action. So a pair of 3-2 teams locking up tonight, and this will be the final home game before a 2-game road trip this weekend to Wellington and to Augusta. So an important game for the Pipeliners. Again, nice crowd on hand and a fantastic evening for baseball coming up, as we're going to look back on Tuesday's win.
22 catching will be Brewer.
As they're going through the starting lineups, let's go ahead and start looking at the starting lineups. First for the Clearwater Outlaws,
11 is
Kobe Midgley will be on the mound
47
when the
designated
Outlaws take the field in the bottom of the first.
47 in right field is Corona.
Leading off will be the catcher
21
Cade
in left
Brewer.
field is
Batting
Fox.
second is the center fielder
42
Pete
in first
Shearer.
base is Andrews.
The third baseman Zach Doak
15
bats
at
third.
shortstop
And Tanner
is
Paget,
Smith.
he'll DH and bat cleanup.
9
Batting fifth
Hardman
is the right
is at
fielder
second
Gabriel
base.
Corona. Batting sixth, the left fielder Carson Hawks.
Starting lineup for
The first baseman Lincoln
Pipeliners.
Andrews will bat seventh. Batting eighth is the
Batting
shortstop Jake
number 1
Smith.
position, number 7 at
And
shortstop.
rounding out the
Arroyo.
Clearwater batting lineup is the second baseman Buster Hardman.
Batting second, third baseman.
For the McPherson Pipeliners this evening,
number 2.
leading off will be the shortstop Daniel
Batting
Arroyo.
third,
Batting
first
second
baseman,
and playing
Selko.
third base will be
Number
Julian
14.
Hunt. Jake Selko will get the start at first and bat
Batting in
third.
fourth position,
Batting cleanup and
number 5,
DHing tonight is
designated
Grant Plunkett.
Plunkett.
Batting fifth will be the
Batting
left
fifth,
fielder Aaron Eshelman.
Left fielder
Ray Lozano will be out in
Eshelman,
right
wearing
field
number
and bat
49.
sixth. Batting seventh and behind the plate
Batting
for
sixth,
McPherson is
Number
Matthew
24
Morgan.
in right field,
The second baseman,
Lozano.
Chris Sanchez, will bat eighth, and batting
number
ninth tonight
15 in
for the
seventh,
Pipeliners
batting
is
position,
Jared Ueda.
Betsy Morgan.
Again, we will have the games this
Wearing
weekend
number
from
11
Wellington at
in
7
eighth
o'clock
position,
tomorrow night and
second
Augusta
baseman,
on a
Sanchez.
Saturday night also at 7 o'clock.
Wearing number 9.
Pipeliners will be in their powder blues
Easy.
tonight with black on the top of the
Pitching
jerseys,
for
white
the
numerals, white
Pipeliners
pants,
is Park.
red jerseys,
Pitching for the
white
Outlaws.
numerals, and gray pants tonight for the Clearwater Outlaws.
Sorry, I
Again, we're
missed that.
expecting the national anthem here next. So we'll
Now, ladies and
forego
gentlemen,
any
if you
further
would please
pregame,
remove your caps
and
for
we'll
the
be right
singing
back
of
after the
our
national anthem with your first
anthem.
pitch here from the Williams Press
Confirmed
Box
by
and
National-
Edward Jones
by
Stadium.
U.S.
This is
Armory
Pipeliner
veteran
Baseball
Darren
on the Ad Astra
Ehrlich.
Sports Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare above bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Darren Ehrlich, U.S. Army veteran.
Welcome back to
ready
Pipeliner
to play
Baseball
ball.
here on the Ad Astra Sports Network, and how fitting to
First
have a
State, Kansas.
U.S.
this evening
Army
is
veteran
the
on D-Day,
game
the
sponsor.
70th anniversary of
And
D-Day,
throwing
sing
out
the national
first
anthem.
pitch.
If you want something really inspiring, go to
Welcome, Landon
npr.org
Shaw
and
to the
check out
mound.
3 of the original paratroopers from D-Day. One is 97, one's 95, and one's 94 are
Hey,
seen
let's hear it.
making
Landon
another
Shaw,
jump
First
into
Bank,
Normandy
Kansas.
yesterday. It was fantastic.
Sponsor
They did tandems in
of
there. It was
today's game.
a sight to behold as our
the
game
mound
sponsor
for the
tonight throwing out
Pipeliners
the
is number
first pitch
21
is
Park.
the First Bank of
Leading
Kansas.
off for the Outlaws.
They will have our player of the game
will be the
tonight
catcher,
as well
Brewer.
in our post game.
He's wearing number 22.
As again on the mound tonight for the McPherson Pipeliners, Harry Park getting his first start of the season. We mentioned how good the pitching was. And the Park City win on Tuesday, and the Pipeliners getting a much-needed day off yesterday. And then it looked for the longest time like this might be in jeopardy due to rain tonight, and the rain just kind of skirted off to our south. And we've got a perfect evening here tonight for baseball. Scott Hogan with you from the Williams Press Box and Edward Jones Stadium. The wind with that flag at half-mast is dead calm. So it is just perfect. Temperature in the 70s. What a night for baseball. And coming up, it'll be Cade Brewer, Pete Shearer, and Zach Doak to lead off here in the top of the first inning. In the 2 road games at the Wellington Heat and at the Kansas Cannons in Augusta. Those are the Friday, Saturday matchups. And then the Pipeliners back here at home on Sunday. And that will be the start of a 2-game set at home against the Liberal BJs before the 4-game road trip to Dodge City next week. That's Wednesday through Saturday. So that will be coming up again in the upcoming weekend and week. So we are ready for first pitch.
Number 22 catcher.
Cade Brewer will step in and lead things off. Again, Harry Park out of Northwest Oklahoma State. First start of the season. First pitch pulled foul for strike 1. His numbers this past season, 5.56 ERA through 34 innings. Gave up 27 runs, 21 of them were earned. He struck out 18, he walked 18. He made 12 appearances, 7 starts, and he powers the fastball by Brewer for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff Outlaw. Another fastball, a shot into left center field is going to find the gap. Ueda there in center to cut it off and hold Brewer to a leadoff single. So Park challenged him with a fastball on 0-2, and Brewer able to get it out into right center field and bring up the center fielder, Pete Shearer.
Get your gun, boy. 2-9 on bed.
Stay decent lead in first for the catcher, Brewer. Fastball low and away, ball 1 to Shearer.
At bat, center fielder, number 45, Shearer.
Eshelman gets the start in left. We already mentioned Ueda in center, and Ray Lozano's out in right. 1-0 at the knees for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Julian Hunt at third, Daniel Arroyo at short, Chris Sanchez at second, Jake Selko is at first. You got Matthew Morgan behind the plate tonight as Plunkett is the DH. 1-1 breaking pitch stays high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And we mentioned nice crowd on hand for the Thursday evening contest. Park will toss over to first. Keep an eye on Brewer. Now Park ready with the 2-1 and misses upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. Leadoff single, Cade Brewer at first. Call it, maybe mostly cloudy skies, no wind, and mid-70s here at game time. Fastball high, and there'll be runners at first and second. Bringing to the plate the third baseman, Zach Doak. Moving the DH, Tanner Pageant, to the on-deck circle. So Park in a jam right off the get-go. See if he can battle his way out of it. Breaking pitch, and he gets the upper part of the strike zone, strike 1.
Here you go, win this one right here.
Sanchez out near the bag at second. Park does come to the plate. Good breaking pitch. And blocked by Morgan. A swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. For a minute, I thought it might have been foul tip, but the umpire did not signal as such. Park has the sign he likes. A 2-strike pitch. Another breaking pitch. Grounded Arroyo. He flips to Sanchez over to first and safe. So they'll get the out at second. Hit a little bit too slowly.
Doak was the batter, third baseman.
Brewer ends up at third. And Doak aboard on the fielder's choice.
Wearing number 47, designated hitter.
Bring up the DH. Tanner Pageant.
Good job.
Boy, Pageant in there. I'm terrible at judging from a distance, but boy, he's got to stand up about 6'4", 6'5". Toss over to first, and the ball got away from Selko, but not far enough. Brewer scampers back to third. A check of the runner at first by Park. Comes to the plate, breaking pitch, and he gets that high strike call again.
Boy, get ahead. Here we go.
No balls and 1 strike. Top of the first, runners at the corners for Clearwater, 1 down. The 1 strike to Pageant. This breaking pitch that time didn't get the high strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, unless it was off the outer part of the plate, those first 2 pitches almost identical to one another. The 1-1 pitch fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Gabriel Corona next for Clearwater Outlaws, trying to get the early lead here in the first.
Hey, way ahead here. Win this pitch right here.
Park, a quick check of the runner at first. 1-2. Challenged him with a high fastball and got him to chase it for out number 2. First strikeout for Harry Park. And chance to get out of the inning if he can get Gabriel Corona, the right fielder.
Right fielder, number 27, Corona.
The lefty Corona will dig in. Park has the sign he likes. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Early in the season, Pipeliner pitching has done a very good job at stranding runners. Remember the opening weekend, 2 games, 27 runners stranded by Pipeliner pitching. 1-0, good breaking pitch, strike 1, 1-1 the count. Actually, pretty much straight up for Corona, maybe even shading him to go the other way just slightly. And he does. Ueda is positioned perfectly and makes the diving catch in left center to preserve. No runs here in the first for the Pipeliners. So there's no runs, a hit, and 2 left. And we head down to the bottom of the first. No score with the Pipeliners coming up. And it's from the Edward Jones Stadium and Williams Press Box. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the first inning, no score. It'll be Daniel Arroyo, Julian Hunt, Jake Selko coming up for the McPherson Pipeliners.
Pipeliner hits the bullseye. The Tim Cheatham Construction.
Arroyo in the game on Tuesday at Park City ended up 2 for 4. He drove in 2.
To a local charity.
So he gets the start at short this evening. And he'll try to get the Pipeliners started here in the first. And Kobe Midgley, the tall righty, will get the start for Clearwater.
Batting for the Pipeliners, number 7 at shortstop, Arroyo.
First pitch on the way to Arroyo. Breaking pitch at the knees, strike 1. Arroyo out of Kaiser University down in Florida. And at the belt, he gets the strike call, does Midgley. No balls, 2 strikes. And that was a 12-3 victory Tuesday for the Pipeliners. Midgley bounces one shy of the plate. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll look at the Clearwater fielding alignment here in a moment. A 1-2 to Arroyo. And gets the call on the outside corner with the slider. Arroyo down looking for out number 1. That'll bring to the plate the third baseman, Julian Hunt.
Pipeliners at third base, number 2.
Hunt 1 for 4 Tuesday with a run batted in. Hawks is in left, Shearer in center, Corona gets the start in right for Clearwater. Hunt bouncing ball up the middle. That's going to find its way into center field. First pitch swinging. Julian Hunt has a one-out single. That puts good speed over at first and brings up the first baseman, Jake Selko.
First baseman, number 14, Selko for the Pipelines.
Selko 2 for 5 against Park City with a double and 2 runs driven in. See how big of a lead Hunt will get out to. Certainly a stolen base threat. Slider in there, strike one to Selko. Following Selko will be the DH, Grant Plunkett. And a throw over to first. Getting the signs down from third base to a decent lead. That was a pickoff. Hunt went in standing up, and they'll say they got him. That eliminates your base runner. Now there's 2 down and a 1 strike count on Jake Selko.
Designated hitter, number 5.
Needless to say, Midgley, with a very good move over to first. And the 1 strike to Selko, swing and a miss. The 2 strike count, base is empty, 2 down, scoreless, bottom of the first. Breaking pitch low and away. Makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Doak at third, Smith at short, Hardman at second, and Andrews is at first. As Selko again takes low, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Brewer is your Clearwater catcher. 2-2 pitch, fouled to the backstop by Selko. Midgley has the sign he likes and delivers the 2-2. Lined into right field, base hit. How big is the pickoff now? You would have had at least first and second, maybe first and third. With just 1 down, now you have 2 down. Selko at first for Grant Plunkett, the DH.
Designated hitter, number 5, Plunkett.
Plunkett 0 for 2 Tuesday. He was hit twice. Plunkett takes pitch low and away, ball 1. Boy, it looked like the exact same pitch, and it was called ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Selko, decent lead at first. Another throw over by Midgley. And he was able to pick off Julian Hunt earlier in the inning. The 2-0 to Plunkett is low, ball 3. Aaron Eshelman would bat next. Toss over to first, and then they're going to move Selko to second. They got Midgley with a balk. He just didn't come set before he went to first. So now
advancing to second.
RBI opportunity for Plunkett. The count right now, 3 balls, no strikes. Plunkett swinging 3-0, pops it up. It will sail back and out of play. It's 3-1. Cook Dawson turning Grant Plunkett loose on 3-0. Plunkett digs back in. Midgley with the 3-1. Goes off speed for strike 2. That'll run the count full. 2 down with Selko at second. Midgley shakes off the first sign. He'll go with the second. Now the payoff. Outside, ball 4. Midgley frustrated. He had some very close pitches in that sequence to Plunkett.
Fielder, number 44, Eshelman.
I'll bring up Aaron Eshelman, the Pipeliner left fielder. Eshelman 3 for 5 on Tuesday with a run batted in. Pipeliner infield now well back and deep behind the runners. Eshelman takes inside, ball 1. And Arroyo struck out to start the inning. Hunt singled, then was picked off at first. Selko singled, and Plunkett walked. And a 1-0 to Eshelman. Way out in front of it. He'll hook this one clear over Avenue A into a homeowner's yard. 1 ball, 1 strike. Midgley's 1-1 popped up left side of the infield. It'll be an easy play for Doak just in foul territory. And that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. So we head to the second. No score between Clearwater and McPherson. And here at Edward Jones Stadium in the Williams Press Box, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Batting 6th, number 24, left fielder Hawks.
Top of the second inning, no score between the Outlaws and the Pipeliners. It'll be
Andrews,
Carson Hawks, Lincoln Andrews, Jake Smith. Harry Park starts his second inning of work. Breaking pitch in the dirt for ball 1. One hit for the Outlaws, 2 hits for McPherson so far. 2-0, that one down low as well to Hawks. Sanchez at second playing well up the middle. 2-0 popped up. Foul territory right side. Selko calls off Matthew Morgan and makes the catch right in front of the Outlaw dugout. So 1 down for the first baseman, Lincoln Andrews.
1 out. Number 42 at first base, Andrews.
And Park's first pitch lined into left center field. That's going to fall in for a hit. Ueda hushes it in for the Pipeliners, and Andrews with a 1-out single. That's the second hit for Clearwater. I'll bring to the plate the shortstop, Jake Smith.
Shortstop, wearing number 15, Smith.
And we'd also like to thank tonight Jason and Danica, the owners of Wojak Hardware, in Lions for being a Pipeliner sponsor. Breaking pitch, misses low and away to Smith. Decent lead at first for Andrews. And the 1-0 pitch stays high to Smith. 2 balls, no strikes. Neither team has started a base runner early on in the game. The 2-0 pitch, fastball is inside to Smith. 3 balls, no strikes. Very similar to the first inning for Park. He misses high, ball 4. Except there was nobody down. He allowed a single and a walk and worked around it. This time the single and the walk occur after Hawks had popped out. So first and second, 1 down for Buster Hardman, the second baseman.
Second baseman, Hardman.
Mentioned Sanchez. He is really favoring up the middle. There's a monster hole on the right side of the infield. Low ball 1. Morgan able to keep it in front of him. Keep the runners at first and second. And Park has missed with 5 straight. And the 1-0. Must have been a little outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Park so far with 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Breaking pitch in there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
There you go, 2-9. 1 pitch away.
He used that breaking pitch very effectively in the first inning in the upper part of the strike zone. Now Park with the 2-1. The breaking pitch tails down low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Is this particular home plate umpire, at least early on, favoring a little bit higher strike zone than we've seen in previous games. 3-1 inside, ball 4. The bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks for Harry Park. That's going to bring Clearwater back to the top of the lineup, and Cade Brewer led things off with a single, and he got stranded at third in the first inning.
Top of the order. Number 22, catching, Brewer.
Pipeliners stay back deep, open for a chance at 2. Curveball in there, strike 1 to Cade Brewer. Selko and Hunt in pretty tight at the corners. Breaking pitch low, 1 ball, 1 strike. And this is Park's first appearance of the season for McPherson. And 1 good breaking pitch right at the knees, strike 2. So 1-2 count. Bases loaded, 1 down, top of the second. So far, no score. Brewer went off speed and is pulled foul. Count stays 1-2. Following Brewer will be Pete Shearer. Again, little to no wind at all. The flag at half mast right on the right field foul pole is barely blowing at all. 1-2. Fastball misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. See if Park will go back to that curveball he's using very effectively here on 2-2. He does, and it's pulled foul. Brewer was looking for it, just got out in front of it. Again, the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrews at third, he singled, then Smith at second and Hardman at first. They both walked. 2-2, swing and a miss right over top of it. And a huge strikeout for Harry Park. That's his second of the game. And more importantly, the second out of the inning. And it'll bring up Pete Shearer, the center fielder.
Center fielder.
He walked and was put
45,
out on a
Shearer,
fielder's
batting
choice in the
second.
first inning. Fastball, that one pulled foul down the first base line. Strike one by the lefty Shearer. But still, you look out at Jared Ueda in center. He's hedging towards left center field. That paid off beautifully in the first inning. There's a ground ball towards Sanchez, and he can't field it into right field. 2 runs are going to score. It's 2-0 Clearwater.
Sure, with a single, 2 runs in.
And I was waiting for the official
Batting
scorer on that one.
Third in the order, third baseman wearing number 11, Doak.
As we'll wait a little bit longer and decide on that. That'll bring up Zach Doak. He reached on a fielder's choice. And yes, that will go down as an error. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Strike one. See if Park with a little bad luck here in the inning can get Doak, minimize the damage. Off-speed pitch, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 Clearwater. Runners at the corners, 2 down in the top of the second inning. Runner goes from first. Pop up into shallow left field. Eshelman calls for it, makes the catch. That will retire the side in the inning. 2-run score on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 left. So we head to the bottom of the second. Clearwater 2 and McPherson nothing. From the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the second inning, a 2-0 Clearwater advantage. Coming up for the Pipeliners will be Ray Lozano, Matthew Morgan, and Chris Sanchez. And it's Kobe Midgley. On Lozano, first pitch swinging, hits it well to left center field. Hawks back, and it's going to get over his head. It'll be at least a double for Lozano. As he stands up at second with the leadoff double. Lozano appeared in the game Tuesday as a relief pitcher. Pitched a couple of scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit. That'll bring up the catcher, Matthew Morgan. Morgan not playing on a Tuesday Out of South Carolina, Beaufort University. He swings and misses for strike one. Morgan and Plunkett, your two pipeliner catchers this season. Plunkett in the lineup as the DH. Another one strike pitch. Good breaking pitch, strike two. No balls, two strikes. Vigili, Echeka, Lozano, and the two-strike pitch in the dirt. Count moves to 1-2. Again, our game sponsor tonight is First Bank of Kansas. And we'll be sponsoring our player of the game as well. And the high strike call on the breaking pitch. I will say the home plate umpire has been very consistent with that high strike early on. And Morgan down looking for out number one, strikeout number two for Kobe Midgley. And it'll bring up Chris Sanchez.
Number 7 order, catcher, wearing number 15, Morgan.
Sanchez on a Tuesday. We need to look at his line. Had a whale of a game. There's a slider, strike one.
Check that. That's Sanchez from second base.
Sanchez went 3 for 5 with a double, and he drove in 4 on Tuesday. Lozano at second with one down here in the bottom of the second. And a fake out by Midgley to second. Pipeliners trailing 2-0. Midgley, a check of the runner. One strike pitch grounded towards short. Smith's got it. Sidearms to first. Lozano has to hold that second. Now there's 2 down. And it'll be up to Jared Ueda. Ueda went 0 for 5 on Tuesday.
Center fielder number 8.
Ueda, again, he's one of those Hawaii Pacific products here for the Pipeliners. I'm going to have to get the lowdown on playing baseball out in Honolulu. Ueda hits one well to left, but it's right at Hawks. He's got it for out number 3. So the Pipeliners strand the leadoff double. Lozano out at second. No runs, a hit, and a man left.
After 2 complete innings,
We head to the third. It remains 2-0 Clearwater leading McPherson.
Pipeliners 0.
From Edward Jones Stadium, we're live from the Williams Press Box. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Top of the third inning, a 2-0 Clearwater advantage. It's going to be the top of the lineup. It's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for Clearwater. Tanner Padgett, Gabriel Corona, and Carson Hawks. Padgett, the DH, went down swinging back in the first. He's 0 for 1. First pitch from Park on the way. Breaking pitch bounces off the plate. Ball 1.
Designated hitcher
First
number
Bank of
57.
Kansas, our game sponsor and our player of the game sponsor this evening. Fastball lined into left. Ball's out in front of Aaron Eshelman for a leadoff single. The third hit for the Outlaws. I'll bring up Carson Hawks, the left fielder. He led off the second inning and popped out in foul territory to Selko. Park's first pitch, good fastball, strike 1.
Right fielder number 27, Corona, at bat.
And following Corona will be Carson Hawks and Lincoln Andrews. 1 strike pitch. Another good fastball. Same result. Strike 2. Right over the outer part of the plate. About knee high. And Parks goes another fastball. Misses low. 1-2 your count. It's the top of the third inning. Gabriel Corona at first with a leadoff single. 1-2 curveball. Didn't get that low strike call. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. On previous nights, that may have been strike 3, but this umpire with a little bit higher strike zone this evening. 2-2 fastball pops him up middle of the infield. Sanchez lets it bounce. And they'll get the force. That's going to be a double play. As Sanchez let it bounce, Arroyo picked it up, stepped on the bag. It's one of the strangest 6-3 double plays you're going to see. And there's 2 down. I'm still flabbergasted that was able to be turned. And stepping in and taking low is Lincoln Andrews for ball 1.
Andrews on deck.
And low, 2 balls, no strikes. I think everybody first was shocked, including the batter, Corona, that little pop-up was allowed to drop. Fastball pulled foul, and it's 0-2. Or excuse me, it's 2-1 on Lincoln Andrews. Or excuse me, it's Carson Hawks, at the plate. Another one pulled foul, and the count now 2-2. Got a batter ahead of myself in the lineup. The count on Carson Hawks with the bases empty, 2 down, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We head on to the bottom of the third. It remains Clearwater 2, McPherson nothing from Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box. You're listening to McPherson Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Daniel Arroyo will lead off in the bottom of the third for the Pipeliners. And
Again, batting in the number 1 position, shortstop number 7, Arroyo.
if I'm not mistaken, I think Gabriel Corona, who was doubled off on that strange double play, has been pulled. There's a little roller out, and the pitcher, Midgley, able to scoop it up, and he'll just take it over to first himself to retire Arroyo, who is now 0 for 2 on the game. 1 pitch, 1 out for Julian Hunt. Hunt singled and was picked off first back in the first inning.
Hunt.
Julian Hunt out of Ohio Valley University in Vienna, West Virginia. He swings first pitch, pops it in the shallow left field. And the center fielder, Shearer, over for the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the inning. Bringing to the plate, Jake Selko. Selko singled and was stranded at second in the first inning.
First baseman number 14, Selko.
Selko, that was a single just past the outstretched arms of the first baseman, Andrews, into right field. He shows bunt and takes low, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. Selko takes strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Midgley looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. This breaking pitch misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jake Selko. And once we get here past the week into the season, we'll start bringing you some season stats on the Pipeliner players as Selko takes a rare low strike call at the knees. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 from Midgley. Ground ball up the middle, slowly hit. Hardman has to hurry and gets Selko by a step. The Pipeliners go in order, and we head to the 4th. 2-0 Clearwater
At the end of 3.
from the Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Seventh in the order, number 42 at first base, Andrews.
Top of the 4th inning, 2-0 Clearwater. It'll be Lincoln Andrews, Jake Smith, Buster Hardman. That's the bottom third of the lineup for Clearwater. Park's first pitch, curveball misses low, ball 1. Andrews singled and scored a run in the second. That's where Clearwater got both their runs on an error in the second inning. Fastball pulled foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. In the Pipeliners, Tuesday pounded out 12 runs and 14 hits. Did not commit an error on Tuesday. Outside corner called strike 2 to Andrews. Counts 1-2. Two fastball swing and a miss will be strikeout number 3 for Harry Park. First out of the top of the 4th, bringing to the plate the shortstop Jake Smith. He walked and scored the second run in the second inning.
Shortstop, wearing number 15, batting 8th in the order, Smith.
And the sun popping out. We got shadows on almost all the infield. And there's a shot out into center field. Ueda misplays it. It ricochets off him into center field. So you'll have a single, then your second error of the game. Smith into scoring position for the Outlaws. Ueda just got caught whether he should go for it or hold up. Got right in between it. Took that in-between hop, and Karen passed him. I'll bring up the second baseman, Buster Hardman.
Wearing number 32, Hardman.
Hardman walked and was stranded at second base in the second inning. Fastball stays high, ball 1. Following Hardman will be the top of the lineup, and Cade Brewer. A lot of action out around second base. Fastball is low. 2 balls, no strikes. For Park so far, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's fallen behind Hardman. 2 balls, no strikes. Now it's 3-0, low and away. And Brewer then Shearer to follow Hardman. Runner at second, 1 away, top of the 4th, 2-0 Clearwater. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. Both teams come in with an overall 3-2 record. Runner is stranded between second and third. Park's going to make the rundown. Little flip to Sanchez. He'll go down to Hunt, and they tag him out. Good job by Park not to get into his motion. And the pickoff will be the second out of the inning. And now there will be a 3-1 count on the batter, Buster Hardman.
Number 32,
up and in, ball 4.
Hardman.
That was a runner at first with 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup to Cade Brewer, who is 1 for 2. First inning single, a second inning strikeout. See if they'll think about putting Hardman in motion with 2 down. He's got a modest lead at first, and a curveball in there, strike 1 to Brewer.
Where you go, 2-9? What you say, bud?
Park has surrendered 2 runs on 4 hits. His fastball misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brewer reaches, it would then be Pete Shearer. In Clearwater, they opened the season with 3 games against Newton. Going 1-2, and now a chance to maybe pick the man off at first. Oh, close play as Hardman was leaning the wrong direction. Again, the count on the batter, Cade Brewer, 1 ball, 1 strike. Another close play. Now the ball gets away from Selko. And down to second goes Brewer, the 3rd error of the game on the Pipeliners. Now Park will concentrate on the batter and trying to keep this at 2-0. The deficit here for the Pipeliners in the top of the 4th inning. Curveball, and the runner goes to third. Tag is down, and they got him. Now, umpire stumbled and fell down. He kept his eyes long enough. And it was right in front of us. He was definitely out. So what an inning. You have no runs. You've got a hit. You got 2 errors, and you got nobody left. So we head into the bottom of the 4th. It remains 2-0. Clearwater leading McPherson. From Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box, you are listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Batting in the bottom of the 4th.
Bottom of the 4th inning, the Pipeliners trailing Clearwater 2-0. Again, a thank you to Jason and Danica, the fine folks that own Wojak Hardware in Lyons, for being a Pipeliner sponsor. For any of your hardware, home improvement needs, you can visit Wojak Hardware in downtown Lyons. Be Grant Plunkett, Aaron Eshelman, Ray Lozano here in the bottom of the 4th. Plunkett drew a base on balls, his first at bat in the 1st inning. He takes low, ball 1. 1-0. Low once again, 2 balls, no strikes. And the Pipeliners out on the road this weekend at Wellington tomorrow at 7. And they'll be at Augusta, the Kansas Cannons, on Saturday. 2-0, stays high. It's 3 balls, no strikes to Grant Plunkett. Now, his first at-bat, they turned him loose on 3-0. Let's see if he's got the green light here. He takes low, ball 4. And Midgley issues his second walk of the game. Leadoff man aboard for the Pipeliners. And it'll bring up the left fielder, Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman ended the 1st inning. He fouled out to 3rd. As action begins in the Clearwater bullpen. There's a slider in, strike 1 to Eshelman. So far, Midgley's allowed no runs on 3 hits. A couple of strikeouts, couple of walks. Plunkett gets just back under the tag at first. Again, a righty up and throwing for the Outlaws. It's a 1 strike on the way to Eshelman. He takes it low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Liberal BJs will be in here in McPherson Sunday, Monday. A couple of fun games against one of the newer members here coming from the Jayhawk West into the KCLB. A 1-1 to Eshelman. Up and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, we are going to also have not just audio, but video streaming coverage of this weekend's games at Wellington and Augusta. So tune into that on YouTube or, as always, on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Eshelman, a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Midgley looking for strikeout number 3. And he's got it. Eshelman takes the breaking pitch again. That's that high strike. But that's been a very consistent call early on in the game. Is out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th, bringing up Ray Lozano.
Number 6 in the order, right fielder number 24, Lozano.
Lozano doubled over the left fielder Hawks to lead off the 2nd inning, then was stranded out at 2nd. And now a wild throw to first. This could be a 2-base error. Clear down on the dirt, down the warning track, and all the way to 3rd goes Grant Plunkett. On the first error of the game committed by the Clearwater Outlaws. Now that changes your outlook if you're Lozano. Just a little bit there at the plate as the sac fly in the equation now with 1 down. Of course, you want to try to roll that mistake into a big inning. Lozano takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. Midgley using the windup. There's a check swing, a roller to 3rd. Are they going to try to go home? No, they'll go to 1st. They'll get Lozano. Now it's 2-1, so Lozano will get the RBI on the little check swing. Making it a 2-1 ball game. You could tell that Doak thought about it when he charged and fielded it, but determined it'd be a little too close. He went with the out. That'll bring up Matthew Morgan, the catcher.
Number 15, Morgan.
Morgan takes low, ball 1. Morgan went down looking back in the 2nd. Fastball is inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Morgan reaches, it would then be Chris Sanchez. There's that high strike with the slider. 2-1 the count. And we can have the automated strike zone discussion at the major leagues anytime you want to. That pitch, I'm not sure where that one missed. It's 3-1 to Morgan. I'm one of those that's firmly in favor of that at the major league level. 3-1 to Morgan, and wow, there's that one at the knees. Midgley's frustrated, but I tell you, that has been a ball all night where that pitch was located. That's the 3rd for Midgley.
Number 8 position, second baseman, number 11, Sanchez.
Bringing up Chris Sanchez. It'll be a trip to the mound before that. And our game sponsor and player of the game sponsor tonight is the First Bank of Kansas. And, of course, the season-long sponsors Williams, the Williams Press Box, and here the stadium, Edward Jones Stadium. Huge thank you to those sponsors for the McPherson Pipeliners. As expected, Midgley will stay out there. There is a righty, I think it's about ready in the bullpen. Sanchez 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. First pitch swinging chopper to 3rd is foul. That one deflected Doak right to Coach Dawson. No balls, 1 strike on Sanchez. He reaches an NB Jared Ueda. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike for Sanchez from Central Christian College here in McPherson. One of 3 Central players on the squad. Swing and a miss or strike 2 on a low breaking pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, Sanchez very used to this field. This is the field at the the Tigers call home here in McPherson. And the 1-2 to Sanchez. Fastball lined up the middle. About took Midgley out. Base hit for Sanchez. Morgan stops at second. Midgley ended up flat on his face trying to get out of the way and field that hot shot up the middle by Sanchez. First and second for Jared Ueda.
Number 8, center fielder, Louisa.
Ueda hit it hard. He lined the left his first time at bat. If he can find a gap this time and try to tie the game up, it's 2-1 Clearwater. Breaking pitch, strike 1 to Ueda. Actually, the center fielder, Shearer, has moved in a little bit, playing fairly shallow. Up and away with the fastball to Ueda. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead off in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Ueda a little late on the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And I tell you, if he could get around on one, you talk about room in right field. Corona, or the right fielder, clear over about even with the light pole. There is a ton of room out there. Ueda takes a close one for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, that's that pitch right about the knees that has been a ball all evening long. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball low and the count full on Ueda, so the runners will be moving with the pitch with 2 down. Morgan at second and Sanchez at first. Payoff to Ueda. He tried to go down the right field line and hooked it foul. Good idea. And again, we don't think that Corona is any longer in right after that crazy double play when he didn't run down the first and was doubled out. I think there was a substitution for him, and we'll have to wait till that spot comes up in the lineup. Everybody reset. The second payoff to Ueda. Takes a curveball, strike 3. So the Pipeliners get a run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 left. So we head to the 5th inning. Your score now, Clearwater 2, McPherson 1. From Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box. You're listening to McPherson Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
We're in the top of the 5th inning, 2-1 lead for the Outlaws. It'll be Cade Brewer, Pete Shearer, then Zach Doak. As Harry Park begins his 5th inning of work. Brewer is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. And the first pitch from Park, a breaking pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Again, Brewer was in the box when the previous inning concluded with Hardman getting thrown out at third trying to swipe a bag. Fastball low, 2 balls, no strikes. And Parks allowed 2 runs on 4 hits. And has given a pretty good start to this point. He misses low and it's 3-0.
Top of the order, catcher Brewer, wearing number 22.
And the 3-0 from Park. As time must have been called. And strike 1 in there to Cade Brewer. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Parks 3-1. His low ball 4. That will be his 5th walk issued. Again, the leadoff man aboard here in the 5th. I think the only inning the leadoff man hasn't reached was in the 2nd.
Shearer.
We'll bring up Pete Shearer. Shearer walked in the 1st, reached on an error in the 2nd. Park, good fastball, swing and a miss. And those 2 runs scoring in the 2nd inning actually both scored on an error when there were 2 down. One strike pitch hit high in the air to right. Lozano working towards the line, makes the catch just short of the warning track. It will be out number 1. Bringing up Zach Doak, the 3rd baseman. Doak has reached on a fielder's choice and flown to left.
Batting third baseman wearing number 11, Doak.
And that moves Tanner Pageant, the DH, to the on-deck circle. Runner fakes going. Slider strike 1 to Doak. Brewer led off the inning with a walk. He's at first. There's one down. Another breaking pitch lined into the gap. Left center field is going to get to the wall. Brewer got a good jump. The throw will come into second. And safe in there with the double is Doak. They did hold up Brewer at third. So the Outlaws threatening in the top of the 5th. I have the DH coming in. Tanner Pageant has struck out and singled.
Designated pitcher that is, number 47, Pageant.
And then the spot coming up after Pageant is Corona, and it definitely is not him. Get into my roster while we have the break in the action and see who's in that spot. It looks like it's Seth Morrow. That is going to be in Corona's spot.
Just a reminder, the boys
He's now in right field.
Chances at a 50-50 drawing. And you got a chance to win a gift card to be used at 24/7 Travel
So Park
Center
will
as
stay
well.
out there.
The winners are going to be announced at the 7th inning.
In 2nd and 3rd. One down in the top of the 5th inning for the Outlaws, leading the Pipeliners right now 2-1. And activity gets underway in the Pipeliner bullpen. Park's first pitch swinging, pops him up into right center field. Lozano makes the catch, the runner tags, and is heading to the plate. The throw was not cut. And now the runner trying to get the third. They're going to say got around the tag of Julian Hunt on the throw that went home. So you'll give the sac fly RBI to Tanner Paget, scoring Brewer from third, making it a 3-1 lead. And Paget becomes the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Seth Morrow again. They brought him in after Corona didn't run out a little pop fly. It turned into a double play. So Morrow first swinging, fouls it back, strike one. Now the one strike pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. If Morrow reaches, it would then be Carson Hawks.
Are you asking about what number? 2-7.
Fastball, this one hit towards Lozano in right center field. He backtracks and drops it. And on his way to second to throw in safe on the 2-base error is Morrow. It's 4-1. And that's 4th error on the Pipeliners. That one a fairly routine fly ball, and Lozano just couldn't squeeze it. That will get Carson Hawks to the plate.
Left fielder wearing number 24, Hawks.
Fastball in there, strike one. So there's been some bad luck tonight for Park. Again, those first 2 runs in the second inning scored on an error, and an extra one here in the 5th. Fastball, strike 2 to Hawks. No balls, 2 strikes. Hawks has fouled out to first and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Two-strike pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Good block there by Morgan. And it's 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch got him to chase it. They'll have to throw down for the strikeout. And they do record it. That's the 4th for Park. That ends the inning. A pair of runs score in the inning on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. So we head into the bottom of the 5th. Score is now Clearwater 4, McPherson 1 from Edward Jones Stadium.
Bottom of the 4th.
And the Williams Press Box. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
A new pitcher for the Outlaws in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Keaton Brewer. Another righty will come in. So Kobe Midgley went 4 innings, gave up a run on 4 hits. He struck out 3 and walked 3.
you feel it in my rhythm?
So for the Pipeliners, it'll be the top of the lineup. Daniel Arroyo in there takes strike one. Arroyo has struck out and he's grounded back to the pitcher. Fastball way high, 1 ball, 1 strike, and there's a lot of zip behind this Keaton Brewer fastball. 1-1. Way, that was clear above the head of Daniel Arroyo. 2 balls, 1 strike. Curveball low and away, 3-1. So again, Parkey's allowed 4 runs. 3 of them have been unearned in the game. It's 4-1 Clearwater. And Arroyo draws a leadoff walk from Brewer. First time for Arroyo on base, and that'll bring up Julian Hunt.
Batting number 2.
Hunt singled in the first, and he flew to center in the third.
Hunt.
Hunt will be followed by Jake Selko, then Grant Plunkett. Fastball foul back and out of play, strike 1. Again, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Outlaws. 1 run, 4 hits, 4 errors for McPherson. The 1 strike pitch. And Hunt looked like he was about to step out. Takes high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Time definitely was not called at the plate. Fastball outside corner, strike 2 to Hunt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And another pitcher already heading down to the Clearwater bullpen. And the 1-2 fouled off. And that one clear for the second time into the neighbor's yard across the street.
Reminding you that foul balls are sponsored by Home State Bank.
Again, the 1-2 to Hunt. Breaking pitch stays high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Bring the ball in, collect 50 cents from Home State Bank.
Leadoff man aboard. Arroyo walked to start the inning. 2-2 to Hunt. Ground ball to short, could be 2. They flip to second for 1. Over to first for the double play. 6-4-3. Now there are 2 down for Jake Selko. Selko singled in the first, and in this 3rd inning, he grounded out the second. 1 for 2. So again, shadows, and the sun has about disappeared once again here in McPherson. And Selko takes a strike. And we'll see the lights kick on here about any time. 1 strike, swinging, ground ball to short. Smith has it. Fires to first. That will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left.
No runs, no hits.
We head on to the 6th. It
Nobody
remains
left.
Clearwater 4, McPherson 1. From Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams
end of
Press
5.
Box. This is Pipeliner
Outlaws
Baseball on the
4.
Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Pipeliners will make a pitching change to start the sixth. They'll bring in Austin Gents. So Park ends up going 4 runs on 5 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts.
Pitching change for the Pipeliners.
Gents' first pitch is fouled out of play by Lincoln Andrews for strike 1. Andrews has singled and struck out.
At the plate.
Fouled out of play, no balls, 2 strikes. Gents, the righty from Trinidad State, making his 3rd appearance of the season. Line drive into left center field is going to fall in for a hit, and we'll get all the way to the wall. In the second with the leadoff double goes Lincoln Andrews. And again, that's 5 of 6 innings the leadoff man has reached for Clearwater.
Shortstop, or number 15, Smith.
That'll bring up Jake Smith, the shortstop. Smith has walked and singled. He scored 1 run in the second inning. Gents to the plate, outside corner, strike 1. Jensen, his first couple of outings, has struggled with his control, at least through the first couple batters here. Looking pretty sharp so far. Fastball grounded to third and gets by and under the glove of Hunt down the left field line. They're going to send the runner home. Here comes a throw to the plate, and they've got him. Great throw out in left field by Aaron Eshelman. And a great scoop and tag at the plate by Morgan. So I think you'll probably go air and then the throw out at the plate. So out number 1. That'll bring up Buster Hardman.
Hardman,
the Outlaw second baseman.
Number 32.
With a runner at second and 1 down.
Yes, he did.
Went after the bunt on a pitch down in the dirt for strike 1.
We get ahead. Here we go.
Hardman has walked twice in his 2 plate appearances. There's a bunt down the third baseline. They're going to try to let this go foul, and it is. Nice job by Hunt to bypass it, and then Gents right there once it went foul to pick it up for strike 2. There was nobody going to have a chance to get the runner at first. Now it's a 2-strike count.
Here you go, Austin. You're on, bud. Let's go right here.
And unless Hardman wanted to risk it, you'll have to take the bunt off here. 2-strike pitch in the dirt. Again, another good block by Morgan. Count is 1-2. Following Hardman will be the top of the lineup and Cade Brewer. Lights are on here in McPherson, just shy of 8:30. We're in the top of the 6th, 4-1 Clearwater. Fastball just below the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jen shakes off at least one sign. Now the 2-2 pitch. Almost got him to go after the low breaking pitch, and the count will go full. Runner at second. That's Jake Smith. Now the payoff pitch Fastball pops him up right side of the infield. Sanchez signals for it, makes the catch, out number 2. It'll bring Clearwater back to the top of the lineup, and Cade Brewer.
Top of the order, catcher, what are we, number 22?
Brewer is 1 for 2. He's got a single, a walk, and he has struck out. Check of the runner at second. And the slider misses inside. Ball 1 to Brewer. Brewer reaches, it then be Pete Shearer. So with that throw out at the plate, Gents a chance to get out of the inning, no damage. And the 1-0 misses low, 2 balls, no strikes. Clearwater 2 in the second and 2 in the 5th. Pipeliners got 1 back in the 4th. Two-0 pitch, again misses low, 3 balls, no strikes. We'll see what Brewer does here if he's got the green light. 3-0. Gents fires in, strike 1. And Brewer taking all the way. Nice crowd, lots of tailgating going on tonight on just a perfect evening for baseball. There's that pitch that most of the night's been a strike, and it's called ball 4. That was that pitch about belt tie.
Center fielder, number 55.
Again, most of the night we've been seeing that as a strike. So Jensen issues his first walk. There's runners at first and second with 2 away for Pete Shearer. Shearer's been on base twice. He walked in the first, reached on an error in the second, then he flew to right in the 5th. In the dirt, Morgan momentarily lost it, but recovers to hold the runners. Jensa the runner at second. Fastball right off his own foot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shearer says he's all right. They're going to check with him anyhow. You'll see more and more batters. You do that a couple of times. They'll wear that shin protector so you can protect your shin and the top of your foot. Again, the count is 1-1. First and second, 2 away in the top of the 6th. It's a 4-1 Clearwater advantage. A pitch from Gents misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Gents, the second McPherson pitcher. Harry Park went the first 5. Really pitched pretty well. Had some bad luck out there. Fastball up in the zone. It's 3-1. Shearer reaches and then be Zach Doak. And Jensa the runner, the 3-1, and got him to chase one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the runners will be on the move on the pitch. Gents has the sign he likes. Now the payoff pitch. Outside ball 4. That's going to load the bases. So an error and a couple of walks in the inning. But no runs have scored to this point. And again, Jens can get out of this mess if he can get Doak, who is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored.
Number 3.
He doubled in the previous inning. Off speed, fouled off, strike 1. In the infield, Arroyo and Sanchez in the middle of the infield, very, very deep. Right out at the edge of the grass. 1 strike pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The outfield about 2/3, 3/4 depth on a calm evening. The 1-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Good fastball from Austin Jens. Counts 1 and 2. Jens a check of the runner at third. 1-2 in the dirt. Another good block by Morgan. Well, he's getting his workout back there, keeping his every pitch in front of him so far.
Come on, Austin, what do you say here, bud?
And right now, no activity in either bullpen. Here comes a 2-2 to Doak. Misses up and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. 2 away, top of the 6th. It's a 4-1 Outlaw advantage, and this is a really big pitch for Jens. On the way to Doak. And is that a dead ball? I thought I heard it hit him, but the umpire at home is acting like it's a live ball. They never signal a dead ball. It's going to make it 5-1 regardless. So Jens, after the good start to the inning,
designated hitcher number 47.
Walked 2 and hit 1 right in a row. That'll bring up the DH, Tanner Padgett. Padgett is 1 for 2, has a single and a sac fly RBI. Breaking pitch outside, ball 1. Again, Jens now fighting the control.
Either one of you two. Let's go.
1-0, line to Hunt into left field. 1 run is in. Eshelman's throw will come to the plate. And the second run in. That'll make it 7-1. RBI single for Padgett. Actually, a 2-run single. That scored Brewer and Shearer. And on the play, Doak stopped at second.
Right fielder.
It'll bring up Seth Morrow.
Corona.
Morrow got his first at-bat in the last inning and striked on an error. Swing and a miss for strike 1 as Morrow becomes the 8th batter of the inning. So it's been a 3-run inning for the Outlaws. Fastball stays upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Morrow reaches, it would then be Carson Hawks. The Outlaws now leading 7-1. 1-1. And a rare low strike call. It's 1-2. That one at the knees or just below. Jens has a 1-2 count. Breaking pitch called strike 3. And that will retire the side. 3 runs score in the inning on 2 hits There was 1 error and 2 left. So we head to the bottom half of the 6th. It's now Clearwater 7, McPherson 1 from Edward Jones Stadium in the Williams Press Box. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
All right, the bottom of the 6th inning, the Pipeliners now trailing 7-1. It'll be Grant Plunkett, Aaron Eshelman, Ray Lozano. Plunkett has walked twice and scored once.
Plunkett, wearing number 5.
The fastball misses inside, ball 1 from Keaton Brewer. This is his 2nd inning of work. Walked 1 in the previous inning. Now he started off 2-0 to Grant Plunkett. In a very high velocity fastball, swing and a miss from Plunkett. It's 2-1. We have seen the curve / slider a little bit from Brewer, but not a lot. He's pretty much going with that fastball. He misses away with it. It's 3-1. 3-1, low, ball 4. Second walk for Brewer, and the leadoff man aboard for McPherson in the bottom of the 6th inning, bringing up Aaron Eshelman.
In the 5th position, left fielder, number 44, Eshelman.
And now a trip to the mound. Again, a big thank you to our game sponsor tonight, the First Bank of Kansas. And we'll also be sponsoring our player of the game, which we'll name at the conclusion, as now a lefty resumes throwing in the bullpen for Clearwater. Also a thank you to Jason and Danica, the fine folks that own Wojak Hardware in Lyons, also being a Pipeliner sponsor. All your hardware, home improvement, and outdoor needs, you can visit Wojak Hardware in downtown Lyons. Eshelman has fouled out the 3rd and struck out. He fouls back a fastball, strike 1. Eshelman, the Jet from Newman University. It's popped up in foul territory. Will there be room? It's going to get over top of the Williams press box for strike 2. A 2-strike count on Eshelman.
Balls are furnished by
Will be
Home State
followed
Bank.
by Ray Lozano, then Matthew
Bring in
Morgan.
a foul ball, you can exchange it for 50 cents, or you can keep
In the
it for an
Pipeliners
autograph.
Friday, Saturday road trips. Wellington tomorrow, Augusta on Saturday. Well, there's a wild pitch uncorked by Brewer. Down the second goes Plunkett. The count on Eshelman, 1-2. So runner in scoring position. The Pipeliners needing more base runners, trying to close on this 6-run deficit here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up again to Eshelman, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seven runs on 7 hits for Clearwater. And the 2-2 to Eshelman. It's hit well to right. Back goes Morrow to the wall, and Eshelman has left the yard for the 2-run homer. That's going to make it a 7-3 game. Morrow got to the wall, but definitely out of his reach. That gets the Pipeliners back within 4. And that'll be the last pitch thrown by Keaton Brewer. We're going to bring the lefty out of the bullpen. And we'll dig into our roster. I believe it's number 5. I think I already saw that down in the pin. It's going to be Cash Ballantyne coming in.
Number 5, we have a pitching change. Ballantyne for the Outlaws.
The lefty Ballantyne will come in here in the bottom of the 6th. So Brewer's going to go just an inning. He gave up 2 runs on 1 hit. No strikeouts and a pair of walks. So again, we will have both games for you this weekend, and they're going to both be video streamed as well, unless we run into internet issues for some reason. So at the Wellington Heat tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on the Ad Astra Sports Network, and also in Augusta against the Kansas Cannons on Saturday night. And then the Pipeliners back at home Sunday, Monday for the Liberal BJs. And we'll have the big road trip after that. As a week from this past Wednesday, next week on Wednesday through Saturday, we'll play 4 games at Dodge City Community College against the Dodge City A's before finishing up that road trip on that Sunday at Valley Center. Again, Cash Ballantyne on in relief. The 3rd pitcher used by Clearwater. It looks like right away another pitcher goes down to the bullpen to start getting loose. Clearwater keeping looks like a pitcher loose at about all times in this one. And we'll see if Lozano can start things back up after the Eshelman 2-run homer. Lozano has doubled and has an RBI ground out. He lays off a low breaking pitch, ball 1. That double came in the 2nd inning, the RBI ground out in the 4th. Low, ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. Remember that RBI ground out was a little check swing, a slow roller down the 3rd. Swing and a miss. Count on Ray Lozano, 2 balls, 1 strike. Breaking pitch grounded towards 2nd. Hardman over to 1st for out number 1. And I'll bring up the catcher, Matt Morgan. Morgan struck out in the 2nd, walked in the 4th.
Morgan.
That makes him 0 for 1. Ballantyne's first pitch is hit high in the air to left. A little bit too high as Hawk settles under it for out number 2. The base is empty, 2 down for Chris Sanchez. Sanchez is 1 for 2. He grounded to short in the second. He singled in the fourth. His single actually put Midgley to the ground, trying to get out of the way of it. Low ball 1 to Sanchez. Sanchez reaches. It would then be Jared Ueda. 7-3 Clearwater. Pipeliners batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sanchez, kind of a pool shot out to short. And Smith over to first. That will retire the side. So after the 2-run homer, Valentine retires 3 straight in relief of Keaton Brewer. So there's 2 runs scoring on 1 hit, nobody left.
7-3.
So we head on to the 7th. 7-3 Clearwater leading McPherson.
7, Pipeliners 3.
From Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Left fielder, number 24.
Top of the 7th inning, 7-3 Clearwater, and Carson Hawks, Lincoln Andrews, Jake Smith due up for the Outlaws. Hawks is looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts. He's also fouled out to first, and he takes one in the backside on the first pitch from Austin Gents, who has now hit 2. And we'll bring up Lincoln Andrews, the first baseman. Andrews is 2 for 3. He is singled, doubled, and struck out. Or excuse me, it is not Andrews. We've got a pinch hitter. And we'll see if we can find him. It looks like it's going to be Colby Ferris is the pinch hitter. He pulls one foul down the third baseline. Interesting, you pinch hit for a guy that's 2 for 3 in the game with a single and a double. And Ferris back to the dugout to get some new lumber, breaking his bat on that first pitch. And for the first time in the game, the flag is actually kicked out and blowing a little bit in right field. It's a north wind, what there is of it, blowing straight in from left. We're still hoping for a Pipeliner to connect with that bullseye sign right above the left field wall. There's a line shot right at Ueda, who misjudged it, and he caught it. There's a chance for a double play. Ueda comes up throwing and scampering back, and a break for the Pipeliners. The ball got by Selko, but hit the bag and stayed right there, and Ueda may have knocked the wind out of himself out in center field. making a tremendous catch. And now they're going to get the umpires together on the catch. I don't know that the home plate umpire could have seen anything better than the field umpire. From here, it was hard to tell. And I think the call is going to stand. I thought it may have hit,
number 15,
right?
Smith.
Just a little short hop, and Ueda got it, but he came up and showed the ball. So smart play by Ueda, even if he didn't catch it, to get the call, which it looks like it's going to stand. So there will be one away, bringing up the shortstop, Jake Smith. Smith has walked, singled, and reached on an air. He has scored twice.
Come all the way.
First pitch from Gents. Hit high in the air to Ueda in left center field. This one a little easier than that first one. Now there's two down. And some good-natured ribbing coming from the Pipeliner dugout.
Second baseman wearing number 32,
Two down
Hardman,
for
the bottom of the order.
Buster Hardman. Hardman has walked twice and fouled out to third. Pitch taken high, ball one. Hardman reaches. Outlaws would be back to the top of their lineup, and Cade Brewer. Fastball shot into right field. Lozano moving to his left, makes the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, one left. And seventh inning stretch time here at Edward Jones Stadium in the Williams press box. It's 7-3, Clearwater leading McPherson. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Batting for the Pipeliners.
Leading off for the Pipeliners in the bottom of the seventh will be Jared Ueda. And it'll be followed by Daniel Arroyo and Julian Hunt. Pipeliners down 7-3. 3 cracks left at it. Second inning for Cash Ballantyne. Ueda, did he go after the bunt? They'll say yes, strike one.
No shot. Hey, hold on. You got him going? That was late. That was late.
Well, 1 strike to count on Jared Ueda, who has lined the left and struck out. Breaking pitch, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Ballantyne came in relief. of Keaton Brewer in the last inning after Brewer gave up that 2-run homer to Eshelman. Retired the first 3, now first 4 he's faced. The swing and a miss from Ueda. That will be the first strikeout for Cash Ballantyne, and back to the top of the lineup to Daniel Arroyo. Arroyo has struck out, grounded to the pitcher, and walked.
Number 7, Arroyo.
And fastball in there to Arroyo, strike 1. One strike from Ballantyne. Went after the low breaking pitch, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes.
Last call for concessions. Got that? Last call concessions.
Now the 2-strike pitch. Arroyo takes low. It's 1-2. And following Arroyo will be Julian Hunt. Anybody reaches Jake Selko. Arroyo fouls one off. Count stays at 1-2. And 2 runs in the second. 2 more in the 5th, 3 in the 6th for Clearwater. Pipeliners 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th. And swing and a miss on another low breaking pitch. That'll be back-to-back strikeouts for Ballantyne to start the 7th. Now the base is empty, 2 down. It'll be Julian Hunt.
Third base from
Hunt
number
1
2,
for 3.
batting in number 2 in the order, Hunt.
He singled in the 1st, flew to center in the 3rd, grounded into the 6-4-3 double play in the 5th. Pitch bounces in front of him for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch fouled back by Hunt. 1 ball and 1 strike. And be sure to get out to the Liberal back-to-back games on Sunday, Monday. Hunt takes it low, 2 balls, 1 strike. That'll be your last chance to see the Pipeliners at home for a little spell. Be on the road most of next week. Check swing. They'll say Hunt went around. Again, that's that low breaking pitch. That's what he got Arroyo on, and now it's 2-2 on Hunt. As Ballantyne has been very sharp since coming in the last inning. Hunt able to foul off the 2-2.
Before you leave the stadium this evening, sit tight so we can announce the 24/7 gas card and the 50/50 winner.
So Ballantyne
Check
looking for 1-2-3 inning.
Your blue and your red stubs.
And the 2-2 is low. That time Hunt able to lay off that low breaking pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, bases empty, bottom of the 7th. 7-3 Clearwater. Pay off to Hunt. Outside corner, a called strike 3, and Ballantyne strikes out the side here
All right,
in the
please
7th.
check your ticket stubs.
So we head on to the 8th.
You have a
It
blue
remains
ticket.
the Outlaws 7, the
This is the
Pipeliners
number
3 from Edward Jones Stadiums and the Williams Press Box.
007.
This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
If I crash, I go berserk. Overseas, I need a visa. Freezing in the visa. Try to see me when I'm speeding. You get burned like Derek Jeter.
A pinch hitter to start the 8th for the Clearwater Outlaws. Bryce McDermott will bat for Cade Brewer in the catcher spot. Austin Gents begins his 3rd inning of work. And McDermott takes up and in ball 1. So due up in the inning now, it's McDermott, Shearer, and Doak. And it's Bryce McDermott is your pinch hitter, and he takes one in the back. Second batter hit by Austin Gents.
Advances to first base.
And I believe that is 7 out of the 8 innings now the leadoff man has reached in the game for Clearwater. Bringing up the center fielder.
All right, we have a correction.
Nope,
on the red
another
ticket
pinch
holder.
hitter.
Here's the correct number, 075249.
See if we
I think we
can
gave that as 149.
grab this pinch hitter for you.
075249.
First pitch taken for strike 1. I am looking for a 34 and not finding one as Jens uncorks a wild pitch, and down the second goes McDermott. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll keep looking. I got 2 rosters here, and I'm not finding a 34 on either of them. A swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We apologize, but can't find him. The breaking pitch stays high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Jen's trying to work around the leadoff hit batsman. Good breaking pitch, called strike 3. Second strikeout for Austin Gents. It'll be the first out of the top of the 8th. And it will be Zach Doak to bat in the 3rd spot. Doak has been on twice. He's doubled and been hit by a pitch. Overall, 1 for 3.
Batting third baseman.
And now he's been hit in back-to-back appearances. That's the 3rd for Gents.
Number 47 designated hitter.
Now it's the DH spot, and that'll be Tanner Padgett.
Number 4.
Padgett is 2 for 3. He's got a pair of singles. He has driven in 3. 2 on a single and 1 on a sac fly RBI. Now he lines one to Sanchez, who catches it, steps on second. So that's going to be a 4 unassisted double play. And that will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 left. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning with our score remaining: Clearwater 7, McPherson 3. It's from the Williams Press Box and Edward Jones Stadium. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the 8th,
Batting
Miners
third,
trailing the Outlaws
first baseman,
7-3.
Number 14, Selko.
It's going to be Jake Selko, Grant Plunkett, Aaron Eshelman. Selko 1 for 3, singled in the first. He's got a pair of ground outs since then, 1 to second, 1 to short. Check swing on a breaking pitch called, strike 1. So far, Ballantyne has faced 6 and retired 6. A little blooper into center field is going to fall in. And Selko will start the inning off with a leadoff single. She'll bring up Grant Plunkett, who has walked in all 3 of his at-bats, and he scored 2 of the 3
Designated
Pipeliner
hitter,
runs.
number 5, Plunkett.
A little flip over to first as a righty starts throwing in the bullpen for Clearwater. Ballantyne, the 3rd pitcher. Fastball swing and a miss by Plunkett for strike 1.
Think that way. Think that way.
Now the 1-strike pitch. Right at the knee, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And following Plunkett will be Eshelman, then Lozano. And the lefty steps off.
Here you go, Grant. See something elevated, bud. Go, Grant. See something elevated.
Now Ballantyne gets the sign he likes. A 2-strike pitch. Breaking pitch down, and it's 1-2. And he has lived in that low breaking pitch as he struck out the side in the 7th. And a close play on that little flip. Lefties can do that. They don't even have to step off the mound, just make that little sidearm flip to first. Selko goes, pitches up and away, throw to second is wide, and Selko with the stolen base. And now a 2-2 count and a runner in scoring position to start the inning for the Pipeliners, who are trailing 7-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Ballantyne, a long look at second. The 2-2 fouled off down the right field line. And in our postgame, we'll have our first bank of Kansas Player of the Game. And your unofficial final numbers and a look ahead to the road trips this weekend. Breaking pitch outside to Plunkett. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Win this pitch, let's go.
Selko singled and stole second to start the inning. On the payoff to Plunkett. Up ball 4. First and second for Aaron Eshelman, who hit a 2-run homer to right field in the 6th inning. On the game, he's 1 for 3. Eshelman also with that play threw out a runner at the plate back in the 6th inning. Eshelman puts down a great bunt down the third baseline. There's no play anywhere, and that's going to load the bases. So Eshelman with the perfect bunt. At this point, gets the tying run to the plate.
Right fielder, number 24.
With nobody down, and the bases
Lozano.
loaded in the bottom of the 8th for Ray Lozano. The coaching staff going to talk things over on the mound for Clearwater. Lozano has a double. He's also got an RBI ground out. Officially 1 for 3. So Lozano will dig in. Back to the windup goes Ballantyne. Low with the breaking pitch, ball 1. The Pipeliners are going to make a run at this thing. This is it right here in the bottom of the 8th. Check swing. Yes, I think he may have went around. It was a strike either way. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the 1-1 pitch, up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. A base hit here, and things are going to get really interesting. Popped up into right field, shallow right field, and the right fielder makes the catch, and everybody has to hold up. Well, big first down for the Outlaws, and that'll bring up the catcher, Matthew Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 2 with a walk. And Ballantyne's first pitch. Boy, gets a rare low strike call in this game. Ballantyne picking up the pace. 1 strike pitch, high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 down, bases loaded, bottom of the 8th. Pipeliners at the plate, trailing by 4. It's 7-3. 1-1, Morgan takes strike 2. Again, the lower part of the zone, we have seen very few of those pitches called strikes. Line drive, just foul of third. Selko went diving so it wouldn't hit him. Kind of a knuckleball off the end of the bat. The count will stay 1-2 on Matthew Morgan. Fastball is outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Keep winning pitches.
Ballantyne steps off. Seems to be more comfortable out of the windup. 2-2, swing and a miss. Huge 4 strikeout, and bases loaded, nobody down to the bases loaded, 2 down. And now there will be a pinch hitter for Sanchez. It'll be Tyler Brown.
Pitch hitting for Sanchez is Tyler Brown. He's number 9.
So Brown into the lineup was 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and a run batted in Tuesday at Park City. Again, every batter since the bases got loaded represents a tying or a potential tying run. Right at this point, the Pipeliners would settle for a lousy single, make it a 2-run game. Selko started the inning with a single, and Plunkett walked, and Eshelman bunt single. And Brown takes a strike at the knees. 1 strike pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 straight fastballs from Ballantyne. See if he'll bring that breaking pitch down below the knees. Went fastball, and it was low. 1-2. Valentine ready with the 1-2 offering. And chop foul right towards the Outlaws on deck circle.
Get something elevated. Come on, T. Brown, hum, Ben.
Bases loaded, 2 down, bottom of the 8th. And again, the 1-2 to Brown.
Let's go.
He hits one in the air down the left field line. This is going to fall in for a hit. 2 runs will score. And Brown into second with a 2-run double to make it a 7-5 game, and that puts the tying run in scoring position. What a huge pinch hit, 2-run double for Tyler Brown. Now the batter will be Jared Ueda. He's lined to left. That came in the second, or lined to, left field in the second. And he struck out twice since then. And Ueda takes strike 1.
Center fielder Udita.
So a lefty-lefty matchup. Tying run in scoring position. And that pitch is below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 from Ballantyne. Breaking pitch low. 2-1 the count. Ueda reaches safely. The batter would then be Daniel Arroyo. Ballantyne's 2-1 hits him. That's going to load the bases.
Love this moment. Live in this moment.
So the go-ahead run is on base. Boy, the one out there right now you got to try to get home is Tyler Brown at second. And now a trip to the mound. Ballantyne going to give up the baseball. So Ballantyne will go. Let me see here. He ended up pitching 2 2/3. And at this point, Ballantyne has given up a pair of hits. He struck out 4 and he hit 1. And also walked 1 in this inning. He also hit 1 batter. And okay, number 16. We'll go back roster searching here.
I smell like fun. Number 99, section full of fine dime. Bitches staring at me saying, wow. Unforgettable, like King Cole.
Nolan Withrow is your new pitcher. So going back to the righty. Pitch to Arroyo. Arroyo 0 for 3 tonight with a walk, so he's due for his first hit of the game. Pipeliners trailing 7-5, bottom of the 8th, bases loaded, 2 down. Moments ago, Tyler Brown with a bases loaded 2-run double.
Batting for the Pipeliners, Arroyo, shortstop, wearing number 7, top of the batting order.
And for the Pipeliners, this is the 8th batter of the inning. Nolan Withrow is the new pitcher for the Clearwater Outlaws.
Withrow is the new pitcher for the Outlaws.
So Eshelman at third, Brown at second, Ueda at first.
Harry, never mind. Let's go, Dave. Let's go, Danny.
First pitch, good fastball, swing and a miss, strike one.
Hey, right here, Danny.
Arroyo will settle back in. That was a big fastball, kind of a sidearm motion from Withrow. A line drive to center is going to fall in for a hit, and they're going to try to send Ueda home. A good throw's got him, and it caroms by the catcher. Actually, that was Brown. Ueda will stop at second, and Arroyo delivers his first hit of the game. It's a 2-run single. We're tied at 7. Boy, and that throw was in time, but it caromed short of the catcher to the backstop. And now you have the go-ahead run 90 feet away, and the batter is Julian Hunt. Way upstairs, ball one. As the Pipeliners have batted around here in the 8th to tie it up. Hunt 1 for 4 with a single. Boy, a single here could give you a 1, maybe 2-run lead. At the knee, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Be on time right here, too.
So all the runs in this inning are being charged to Ballantyne. The 1-1, boy, just missing, and Hunt fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
See something elevated, too. See something elevated.
And 2 monster hits in the inning. The 2-run double pinch hit from Tyler Brown, then a 2-run single from Arroyo. Chopper foul by Hunt. And pitchers getting loose in the bullpen for the Pipeliners as well. I imagine we'll see a pitching change going into the 9th. And Hunt takes strike 3 on the outside corner. And that will end the inning. But in the inning, Pipeliners score 4 runs on 4 hits,
Bottom of the 8th.
no errors, and 2 left. So in brand new ball game, we head to the 9th. Pipeliners and Outlaws tied at 7. And from the Williams Press Box in Edward Jones Stadium, this is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Seth Morrow will lead off in the top of the 9th for the Clearwater Outlaws, and Austin Gents will start the 9th on the mound for the Pipeliners. He misses way high, ball 1. Morrow, since coming in, has reached on an error and struck out. He came in a pinch hit roll in the 6th. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gents so far, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's hit 3. Fastball inside, it's 2-1. And 2 arms warming for McPherson. 2-1, hit high in the air to center field. And Ueda trips and still able to make the catch falling down. He's looking maybe thinking there was a mole hole there or something. Well, that'll be the first out of the top of the 9th. And that will bring up
left fielder
Carson Hawks.
24, Hawks.
And Hawks takes the off-speed pitch for strike 1. Hawks 0 for 3. He was on base in the 7th after being hit by a pitch. Now he's been hit again. Four batters now hit by Gents. I believe he hit 4 in his last outing. And I believe, yes, this is another pinch hitter. Isaac Muncy is the pinch hitter.
Muncy is the pinch hitter. He's
batting for Ferris, who pinch hit the last time around. Muncy takes high, ball 1. Tie game in the top of the 9th inning. 1 down, 1 base runner at first base. At the knees, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jake Smith is due up next for Clearwater. Seen a bunch of pinch hitters here in the last couple of innings for the Outlaws. That one bounces out in front. Morgan picks it up, throws the second, and they have got him. Morgan has not let anything past him tonight. He blocked that one in the dirt, recovered, and there's 2 down on the caught stealing. Now Gents with a 2-1 count will go back to work on the batter, Muncy. Wow, right down the middle. I guess higher inside, it looked like. 3-1 the count. And the 3-1 from Gents. Well, that one right around the knees, and he doesn't get the call on either of the last 2 pitches. And issues his 3rd walk. Boy, now it's another pinch hitter. Well, they're throwing at us left and right. When we're searching, we're trying to find him. Still looking. And there he is. Ricky Hockett is the pinch hitter.
Hockett is number 3, pitch hitting for Smith.
So Hockett in the game with the runner at first, 2 down, 7-7 tie in the top of the 9th. So Gents will try to get out of the inning. Fastball fouled straight back by Hockett for strike 1. Pipeliners were once down 7-1. They battled back to tie this thing up at 7. Fastball misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Here we go. Keep that there, Matt. Come on, Austin. Hey, keep going.
Check of the runner by Gents. 1-1 breaking pitch. Boy, now he's not getting those calls at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You're all right. You're all right.
Yes, with a good slider and just didn't get the call. Two one down the middle. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. See if Gents will just ride that fastball again and try to strike out Hockett. 2-2 pitch. He did, and he does. Strike 3 called. 4 strikeout for Austin Gents. No runs, no hits, 1 left. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. 7-7 tie, Clearwater and McPherson. It's from the Williams Press Box here in Edward Jones Stadium. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad-Astra Sports Network.
Ad-Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad-Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad-Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad-Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad-Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad-Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad-Astra Radio app.
Jake Selko will lead off the bottom of the 9th for the Pipeliners. 7-7 tie. Again, this was a 7-1 game at the end of the 6th inning. Selko is 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. He stole a base and he scored a run.
First baseman wearing number 14, Selko.
Nolan Withrow stays on the pitch to 9th for Clearwater. And a pitch, which a lot of times tonight has been a strike, that time is not, to Selko. Ball 1. The 1-0. Pop back. Will get out of play. And it is just out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Selko, Plunkett, and Eshelman are the Pipeliners due up here in the 9th.
Hey, right here. Right here. Come on, Selko.
Selko settles back in. The 1-1 from Withrow. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 2 with 1 and 2. Again, Withrow, the 4th pitcher used by Clearwater. And McPherson, Gents is just the 2nd. Harry Park went the first 5. 4 runs on 5 hits. 3 of those runs were unearned. 1-2 to Selko. Just misses extra bases down 3rd base. Maybe about a half a foot to the foul side of 3rd. So the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a long look, Withrow and his catcher. Which at this point, I'm losing track of the fielder. I believe it's McDermott that's behind the plate right now for Clearwater. 1-2, good cut, fouled back by Selko. Withrow has been going almost exclusively with the fastball. See if he'll mix in a slider or a changeup. Again, the 1-2. Selko reaches out and slaps it, hit it pretty hard, and it's dropped by the left fielder, Hawks. Selko digging for second, slides in on a 2-base error, and the potential winning run is aboard. Just the second error committed by Clearwater. And that will bring to the plate Grant Plunkett.
Designated hitter, number 5, Plunkett.
And he will be intentionally walked
Intentional walk.
to try to set up a possible double play.
Left fielder, number 39, Eshelman.
Now to bring to the plate Aaron Eshelman. And also we've got, is that Clyden? He was in the press box with us for a lot of the game. They told him to go get dressed. He's now pinch running for Selko, representing the potential winning run. Eshelman is 2 for 4. He had a 2-run homer in the 6th. He had a single and another run scored in the 8th. And Withrow ready. First pitch, swing and a miss on a low fastball, strike 1. So again, the 2-base error on the Selko fly to left, and they intentionally walk Plunkett. Set up a chance at a ground ball. 1 strike to Eshelman. He takes it low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-7 tie, bottom of the 9th. First and second. There's nobody down. The 1-1 fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, this is probably the most wind we've had in the entire game. It's blowing in from left, but maybe 5 to 10 mile an hour. 1-2 to Eshelman. Swing and a miss. It's a big first strikeout for Withrow and the Outlaws, which will bring to the plate Ray Lozano. Lozano is 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI groundout. Withrow up and in, nearly hit him for ball 1. Withrow working quickly, again, going almost exclusively fastball. 1-0, kind of a half swing, 1 ball, 1 strike. There is a righty warming up for Clearwater.
Come on, mate.
Now the 1-1 to Lozano. And a little blooper in up the middle, falls in. They're going to send Clyden to the plate. The throw and the tag, safe at the plate. Walk-off style tonight
win.
for the Pipeliners as Lozano delivers the RBI single. And the Pipeliners come from 7-1 down to win this thing, 8-7. And Clyden, what a slide to get around the catcher. It was a great throw from center field, but it did look like he was clearly safe. And the Pipeliners, the big comeback victory.
First Bank Kansas this evening.
And again, in the final inning, a run scores on 1 hit and 1 error. And the Pipeliners go in walk-off style tonight at home, 8-7 over the Clearwater Outlaws. So we're going to take our end of the game break. We'll regroup here, and we'll try to figure out our player of the game. There's a lot of places we could go tonight, and then we'll be back with your Pipeliner post game here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Well, welcome back as we begin our Pipeliner postgame show. What a game. Pipeliners at the end of the sixth inning trailed the Outlaws 7-1, and the Pipeliners able to manage to get 2 in the bottom of the sixth. They got 4 in the eighth, and then walk-off style on the Lozano RBI single as the Pipeliners win this one 8-7. There's a lot of places we could go for our player of the game, which tonight is presented and sponsored by the First Bank of Kansas. And I believe tonight we could go with Lozano for sure with the double. He had a grounded RBI and the game-winning RBI single. I think we're going to go with Aaron Eshelman tonight. He was 2 for 5. He got things, and the comeback started with a 2-run homer in the sixth left field that kept an extra run off the board, and then he had that beautiful bunt single. Players of the game, because Lozano certainly would be deserving as well, so we might do that as well. I need to, hopefully Tyler Swanson will be along here in a minute, and we'll have him grab our players. We're going to start looking at the final numbers as I need to get all those things added up for you. As I believe the Pipeliners tonight, I think they left off 1 hit on the scoreboard. Pipeliners able to overcome 5 errors this evening, as they left 7 left on base tonight for the Pipeliners, so not a ton of runners that they left out there. I need to get Clearwater their numbers here in a moment as well, so bear with me. And they made a couple of errors in the game, did the Outlaws, none bigger than that 2-base error to start the 9th. It was dropped out in left field on the Selko fly ball. So for the Outlaws, 7 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, 10 left on base. Kobe Midgley ended up going 4 innings. He gave up 1 run on 4 hits. He struck out 3. He walked 3. Keaton Brewer went an inning, gave up 2 runs on 1 hit. He walked 2. Cash Ballantyne went 2 2/3, 4 runs on 2 hits. He struck out 4, walked 1, hit 1, and Nolan Withrow went 2/3. He gave up a run on 3 hits. He had a walk and a strikeout. For the Pipeliners this evening, 8 runs on 10 hits, 5 errors, and 7 left. Just 2 pitchers used. Harry Park went gents tonight. He gave up 3 runs on 2 hits. He walked 4. He hit 4, and he struck out 2, but he battled through all of that and kept his team in the game, allowing just the 3 runs. And the Pipeliners again down 7-1 after the top of the 6th. Come back to win at 8-7. And again, we'll get a player of the game here. I say it's boiled down for me. It's between Aaron Eshelman and Ray Lozano. Eshelman got the rally kind of started with a 2-run homer. And of course, Lozano got your game-winning walk-off single. I'm real tempted to do co-players. I think we'll do that. We're going to go co-players of the game presented by First Bank of Kansas tonight. I think we got to go with both, as we'll get them up here and continue our post game. Again, the Pipeliners out on the road. We'll be with them this weekend. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock game at the Wellington Heat. And we're also planning now, for the most part, at the Park City Valley Center home field. We can't do the video stream. We're going to start video streaming and audio streaming both on the road as well as we do here at home. As our first, we're going co-players of the game tonight. Ray Lozano has arrived first, so we're going to start